Live? I'm live. I'm live. I am live. Let's go. Hello, everyone. I'm in my bucket hat today. As I usually say, I will start the episode. If I That's too high. But as I usually say, oh shit, I was opening a bag of sweets. I will start the episode at 6:30 and hopefully catch up to Wednesday's episode. Sorry for the flashes. Yeah, 7. So again, this is just a little interlude until I start the episode. Unless anyone joins. But I hope everyone is doing alright. Because I'm doing fine. I'm doing fine. I look forward to these streams every week. Got a Gatorade on the rocks. I don't know why I call it a Gatorade on the rocks, it's just a Gatorade. It's going to be blue by the end of it. Hello, Kane. You new here? Yes, hello. This is me, Piggy. I'm here to do the EastEnders watch along for people at home. You either want to watch along or just chat random nonsense to me. You can do either or. Whatever you have on your mind, we just say it in chat and I'll try my best to talk about it. Are you looking forward to seeing Libby Fox again eventually? I know this might be a tiny bit controversial. They don't really give Libby anything to do. They don't really evolve her character. Sorry if I wasn't speaking to Mike, I will re-say that. They don't really give Libby Fox anything to do, really. So, like, I look forward to seeing Libby. It's nice seeing Libby, don't get me wrong. But it's just like, can you guys, like, evolve a character? She's just stuck in the same, not rut, but she's just stuck in the same, like, place she was years ago. The only thing is she's graduated Oxford. But I look forward to seeing Libby. I don't know what she will be doing in the new year, presuming that her return is either to celebrate Denise's like defeated cancer, or that Denise is on the run, but it has vanished, or Denise is out of the sad one out of the three is dead. But I personally look forward to seeing Libby. It's always a treat seeing Libby. She's not. They've never really met her a villain, so it's actually all right seeing her. I know, like, you can make an argument saying, "Oh, she set Chelsea up to steal money from fucking Sheila," but that's just an argument you can make. But to me, she's done nothing real bad in my eyes. Yeah. Do you look forward, Kane, to seeing Libby? Would you want a proper Libby return, like a permanent Libby return, or would you prefer to be guest stints? Just need to move my fucking my Santa costume. um, Personally, yeah, like I said, I don't mind seeing Libby it will be interesting where they go with her. But if she's just gonna pop up, at least like tell us that she's got a husband or something. Be nice if she does ever move back. Be nice to see her have kids in the show. It'd be nice to get a new version of the Trubans. Considering they don't want to bring in Anthony's kids in, Anthony Truman that is, and I'm not counting Josh and Jasmine. I'm counting these kids we knew before the reveal. I think when I initially saw her in the flash forward, the way she was dressed, I was expecting a genderfied Libby. Her outfit was very new, modern, sleek looking. I think she could find a place in the square. Like again, most of these characters can definitely find a place in the square. It's just you have to give them something. Like it's not the same as like a pop-up book, but if you constantly just go, here's him from the 2000s, do you remember this character? And it's like, well, yeah, I do, but are you going to like say, oh, they end up like Harvey? It's just like, is this character going to do something? No, he's here for nostalgia. All right, but you at least going to advance him, no? Then what's the fucking point? Like Ray's the only exception I can make because he can't do anything in prison. He's literally in prison. He can't be a fucking William Shakespeare. He's in prison. So, like, it's just funny because you either advance these characters or you just have them do nothing and they leave. Or you Anthony Truman them where you give them a completely 180 of a character where he's saying bitch every 5 minutes and they end up dying because you have nothing to do with them. Or yeah, they just have nothing return. Anyways, if you're wondering, these are strawberry and creams, squishies. Let me just mess around here. You can stay, Kane. You can stay. You don't have to go. Yeah, but they're seeing you anyways. Anyways, I guess I'll just start. 3, 2, 1. It's Monday's episode. Someone's birthday. I'm assuming it's. Hello, 2K Jan. That sent me. I think they're setting up great for a heel turn. And I mean, he's already a heel. He's killed 3 people. I don't think he can be a baby face. In the eyes of the law, he's a heel. If you want to position him as a baby face, you can. But for legal reasons, I can't say he's a baby face. Face turn then. Alright, fair enough. I haven't seen this week, but fair enough. I know next week he's going to fucking do some, not malicious, but I guess it's malicious depending on how you look at it. He's going to do some things. The Sheila's going to take Jordan. Fucking He fucking healed her. Look, he killed 3 people, but he's still a babyface. He's still over with the crowd. You know what I mean? You were definitely one of the pitchers in the writers' room, and they were like suggesting who to bring back for the prison scenes. You were like, ah, everyone loves Grey. Everyone loves Grey. Oh yeah, Peter Ruckman. Yeah, he's here. Peter Ruckman, one of my favorite comedians. I thought he'd be in Tuesday's episode, but he's in Mondays. He's Mason. I'm sorry, I just can't get over you. You saying healed her because it has fully set me. How have you been 2K Dan if you're still here? You're just working. Hope you're doing I hope you're doing well. Just but to be fair, right, hitting someone over the head with a hammer is even if you're not the main suspect, it's still very dodgy. Zach is here, everyone's favourite. Ooh, fuck. If you're wondering what's happening currently in the EastEnders, oh, if you're wondering, Lauren and Mark and Max are having arguments. Obviously, Peter either finds out in this episode or the next episode about the partnership. The juxtaposition seeing this cafe, 1986 cafe, is really fucking with my head. Grey storyline is just so pointless, and the teenage characters have become extremely annoying. Answered both of these questions. The reason the teenage characters have become annoying is because it's hard for people to invest in them because you've immediately thrusted them with a big storyline. To me, it's harder to invest in someone when they've not been given screen time. Yes, they've been in the background being like, oh, hey, you're fat, you're ugly, just throwing insults or like just being like, want to throw a party, guys? Because we're kids, remember? We're kids, we're teenagers. But like the problem is giving them a big storyline, you're just pushing them into the forefront without letting them show their acting chops first. You've just went, have this. And they're like, yeah, but most of us are just background characters. Have it. So it's understandable why most people don't like it because you can't just throw them into the spotlight. So it is the spotlight by having them in this major storyline. So like, it's just basically going to be fine. It's like, well, most people aren't going to take kindly to it. That's just how I view it. I just view it as like it's not a bad storyline. It's just you've pushed them to the forefront without really developing most of these teenagers. Like Vanny, I would argue, is developed. Denzel, I would argue, is developed. Nugget is obviously developed, and Lily is just you can question Lily, but I would argue Lily is because obviously she's a young mother, and Amy's fucking Ronnie's kid, or no, Roxy's kid. So she's practically meant to be that. And then obviously you have Ricky, Barney, and whoever else. Ricky, Barney, Will, I want to say, and who are not really the best in comparison. Well, yeah, it's understandable because, and I don't mean to disgrace the actors. I think they're doing a phenomenal job, and they're just giving what they're told. And ultimately, even if you're given bad direction, if you're told to do this and you'll be rewarded, you do it because ultimately, at the end of the day, you're given a job to do, so you just do it. But the problem is, Max Murray, or as I call him, Max Murray, has shown has shown more promise in like he's shown more promise in his ability to be a part of the square. But his last role, obviously being a villain, but whether you want to think he's redeemed or not, it's questionable to you because obviously we all have different morals when it comes to these characters. But Joel had more potential because you've seen him like develop on screen, and he was given a lot to deal with. Whereas most of these characters, like I said, have just been, you'll swim. It's like, but I can't swim. You will. You can't force someone to swim if they can't swim. Sorry if that's a weird, wanky way of looking at it, but that's just how I view it. It's just that most of these characters are just not given, like, they're not given the material beforehand. I'm not saying they have to be in every single scene selling fish and chips, but, but most of them can't just be given a big storyline and expected to swim when they can't. You know? It'd be like putting me in the deep end without any inflatables on because I can't swim. Being like, swim. And it's like, well, I'm going to sink. Well, with my rotundness, I don't know if I'll sink. I might just float. But, it's just, like I said, Barney's not really one to lead this. Ricky's never in it because no one fucking. I don't know why Ricky's just not in it. I just don't know. And Will's, Will's just Will. I have no problem with Will. I don't think he's a bad actor. I think he's just Will. No one hates him. No one likes him. He's just Will. The same with Ricky. Barney, everyone has either you like Barney or you just think he's the worst one out of Harry and Nicola. Like the worst built character. So obviously, if you ask me to, yeah, Will has a likable personality. It's just the fact that it's like it's the fact I can't describe it, but it's literally Peter Griffin in the clown costume with the army soldiers. We're putting people like Ricky in there. They're the Peter Griffin with the army soldiers. Like, not to be mean or I see you next Tuesday, but that's what it looks like. Sorry, there's a dog outside. But again, you will either like some of these teenagers, the characteristics of these teenagers, or you will fucking despise them. This Grey storyline is just so pointless. Well, to me, there's no one to oppose Grey, because to me, you need someone to oppose him. There's fucking Louis. But there's no one to oppose Grey, because I've pitched it where Grey should have an enemy, where not an enemy, but should have someone who's previously been on the show but is now in prison. To oppose him, like obviously the examples I had was Kirat. I think it's Kirat. You have Rocky, which Rocky can do it. That's Ian, yeah, no, but I'm saying how I would have done it is I would have had, like, you have Grey, Ian, and then someone trying to tell Ian, don't go with Grey, don't follow his example. Like again, Rocky Cotton, or again Kirat, or someone along those lines, or Teddy, to basically be like, just don't do it, just don't do it, Ian. And obviously, then the other people are like, well, Ian, trust Grey, and it's like, well, don't. You have Ian on one side. Ben could have worked. I would have accepted Ben if he was here. I think the history would have done it well. To me, you need someone other than Ian in the role to be like, Ian, don't do this. Gray's not a nice man. Not to be like a gatekeeper or anything, but just to be like, obviously Gray's the evil one, and then you'd have someone on the other side trying to tell Ian that he hasn't changed, that he's been a piece of shit in prison and no one likes him. Because at the moment it's just Grey going, yeah, you're too good, you know, and it's like, well, and Ian's supposed to be like, oh no, I'm scared. Whereas if you had, again, Rocky, for example, he could just be like, Ian, I've been in prison with Grey. Whereas if you, again, like I said, if you had Rocky there, he would have history with Kathy and would have known some stuff about Grey in prison. So he could have just been like, Ian, please don't trust them. You can stay with me, just don't trust him. No one likes him in prison. He's an unlikable man. What the fuck happened to this squishy? Or again, Ravi would have been an interesting fit in here. Where this is where you redeem Ravi, but again, I'm not writing the show. But if you wanted to redeem Ravi, you have him go to prison and try and change in prison. Again, if I'm judging on who would be the cheapest to get, it would probably be Rocky. But if you're going for who would be the personal best, Ravi, or Ben, or Kira. Obviously, Kira's in the shadow realm. I do agree that this storyline is pointless. It's just to have Grey here. But no one wants Grey here because no one likes him. He's a shit character. So having him here just makes it pointless. In that fucking cabinet, in Dot's house is always scaring me, 'cause I feel like that's gonna fall down at any moment. Cabinet, cupboard, whatever it is. I feel like if someone came in through the back door and slammed it, the whole thing would fall down. I honestly don't care about Suki and Eve because you made Suki a horrible character by reverting her back and changing the characteristics of her. I'm sorry if that is controversial to anyone. I don't hope it's not, but just to me, the way you've done this character is fucking horrendous. Oh, also, these fuckers being like, isn't it weird that if Annie says it's all on the water under the bridge? I know that. Let me just repeat that one more time. Isn't it weird if Annie said that it's all water under the bridge? But you're the ones allowing a convicted sex pest into your household, lads. Ross, who the fuck are you going to fight? Sesh Demon Piggy. Hello, AquaDreams. I mean Ash. He's my co-host. This hat is a beautiful hat, I will say. Even though I made it look like not a bucket hat. I made it look like a conductor's hat. This week is... I'm only on Monday's episode, but... Don't look too sharp. We made adjustments to it. There was a giant fuck off sticker on the back of it. And we cut it, like the label that says they got to do with it. I was wearing it earlier. Like that. Oh, it was horrifying. Yeah. Beautiful hat, I must say. For some reason, it does. I don't mind wearing it. I've worn it out to the shops. Gosh, you're not really a hard man here. Your son is a convicted sex pest. I know you want to see the good in him, but he's a convicted sex pest. Bro, Ross acts like it just fucking happened 50 years ago. Ro- Ross acts how, like, when you ask an Irish person to wear a poppy in November, that's how he acts. Just wear a poppy, Irish fella. I'm not wearing a poppy. Why? Because it honours soldiers who died in wars. Yeah, yeah, and they killed innocent Irish people. Ah, but that was 100 years ago. We've changed. We've changed. You can't really fucking say you've changed for this. Also, I'll never really wear a poppy unless I'm paid handsomely well. What's the plan for us to do another saloon tomorrow? Yeah, perhaps, if you're up for it. If you don't want to do it tomorrow, you can do it Sunday before you go on holiday. Alright, if you're content that I sit to you get back, that's fine. I don't care for this Lauren and fucking Mark situation. Whoa, he found out. Oh, great. I'll obviously start at 7. Let me just check my phone, see if I got any messages. The fuck put this on full screen? I did not put this on full screen. I don't want to over again when, let's be real, there's nothing any particularly interesting about this week. That is a fair point. That is fair enough. Good, bad, and ugly. The merch is good. The merch is bad. The merch is ugly. There you go. But yeah, I will start now in about 2 minutes to fully catch up to speed. But I do just want to say that I wonder, just what the fuck is happening? That's my question. Like 86 is better than this. I'm gonna retire from the podcast. I'm gonna do the modern podcast. Yeah, I'm uninvested. I'll keep doing this for as long as I get paid. I mean, as long as I can make merchandise from it. You know, I love making the merch. We love the merch. I was 86, by the way. We're at the end of January. In the last bunch of episodes, I don't know how it worked. The last bunch of episodes, Cassie got her arm broken by Neville. And our joke about Neville being in a certain organisation that wear white hoods can be proven to be wrong because Neville is also a black man. So the association that he's in certain organisations that wear white hoods can be thrown out the window. But obviously, he could still be in it. But yeah, Neville broke Cassie's arm and Jan showed up. I think Pete Bill being like, I'm not about this gay shit because there was a drag queen there. That's what happened. And then the previous 2 weeks, Ali cheated on Sue with Neymar. And I'm like, do not cheat on Sue. If there's anyone you don't cheat on, it's Sue, because Sue will fucking end your life. So it's a shame that Sandy Radcliffe is dead, because I would have loved to see her do a short stint return at any point. So I fucking love Sue. He is such a bitch, and I love her. But I will just play the episode. Sue's honestly a diamond in the rough, like seeing her. We also did awards for 85 like we would do for this year. Which I don't know how this year's awards are going to work. I feel sorry for Peter. I mean, Lauren, right? Stooping through the phone, right? Yeah, it's bad, but you did cheat on him. You did have sex with a fellow man. So, like, get fucked. No, Patrick's back from Trinidad or Scotland. It's nice to see Patrick back. Right, I don't understand it. You've no legs to stand on, you cunt. You've no leg to stand on. Oh, well, at least you're roasting Jack for doing a shit job as a policeman. I appreciate that. Please don't show me the cupboard again. No, not the dreaded cupboard. Anything but the cupboard. How the fuck is that cupboard still on that wall? For context, there's a cupboard above in Dot's house above, like the sink, just always above the counter. That always just looks wonky to me, and I'm afraid that with one fell swoop, the whole thing will just collapse. Like all it takes is for Oscar to come home pissed drunk through the back door and slamming it, and the whole thing collapses. Okay, now we have prison scenes with Gray. Are you excited, guys? Woo, Gray. Okay, Gray, I don't really care. Get over it, mate. You killed 3 people. Wait, but from what I heard, next week you're bringing Chelsea to the prison. So surely this goes against everything. Surely you wouldn't bring him to the prison. I don't. Genuinely. Oh, excuse me. I wonder what Ian would think of this. Peter, I love you, mate. Thomas Law, I think you're phenomenal, right? But like, you shouldn't, when you're angry, you shouldn't. You shouldn't maybe do that. There you go, Lauren. You've ruined your for family. I hope you're proud. Okay, Patrick. Okay. Greg's doing good. He's a better police officer than Jack. Alright, so Patrick's going to see Denise. You guys want to... Okay, Tom. The Peter's here. Well, yeah, boo, yeah. Ah, oh, God. God, what are even the topics this week? Oh, you good. Monkey, you good. Piggy, you good. I'm just gonna wear it like this from now on. Get it over with. You're scared? Huh? Oh, fair enough. Bada bada boo boo boo. Bada bada boo 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 boo. This is an emotional scene, to be fair. Hey, I love how Ash have this guy on Hollyoaks as a great character. Don't get me wrong, he's a sexy. He's just oh no no. Like I don't hate Craig. Don't get me wrong, but he's not holding a good case for why he should be in EastEnders. Because I heard, oh, he's a good character. He's a good character. He's a good actor. A sexy, beautiful man. Big hunking muscles on him, but fucking me, they've not really given him much to shine other than being like, I can't do that, Jack. I can't. He's been given because all they make him is a workaholic, and he's like, well, no one's gonna fucking buy into the police being workaholics in Walford, are they? Like, I broke my voice there saying that, but they're not gonna buy into you. Also, they literally have Callum across the square. Well, is Ben here? Is Ben here? Because if Ben's not here, then it's not really important that Callum is across the square. Also, you two can fuck off, can you, Ravi and Priya? You can fuck off. I'm gonna fix this. Hold on. Ravi, I don't care. You're not dating her. She can move on. I don't care, Ravi. I don't care. Fucking leave. No one wants you here. Unless ST Cricket fan chimes in 3 seconds, no one wants you here. I can't. Yeah, what is this fucking direction? What is, he's a he's a criminal in the show. He's a criminal. So, I genuinely, you've fucking broken me. I don't know how, but yeah, it's a criminal. He has no leg to stand on. He got hit with a hammer, but fucking hell, Craig, save me, Craig. I know you're sexy, Craig, but like, come on. Uh, uh, how convenient is that? Oh, how did we get the hammer? Oh, I brought it with me to the park because I was afraid I was going to get attacked. Wow. Wow. Oh my jolly gee good God. Wow. I'm so wow, that's great writing that, lads. That's fucking great. That's eight here right there, lads. Fucking you've hit out the pack there, lads. Fucking how do we get the hammer involved in this? Oh, I brought with me. Oh great, yeah, great. Never thought of that one, did you, lads? Wow, whoa. You get a fucking golden star for that, lads. Who the fuck is writing this show? What fucking emoji is that? Hold on. Editor, put this on the highest quality possible. One thing I can say is at least the text messages just don't look like they've been one. I'm getting up there. Give me a second. Okay, Max is having an argument with Cindy. Also, again, like Ash said, the audio issues have been all over the place. Yeah, 'cause I have it on 5, and sometimes it'll be like this. Very quiet. And then sometimes it'll be like this, where it's very loud. I don't want to shout. Sometimes I can barely hear what's fucking happening in conversations. Then all of a sudden I can hear who's having sex next door and fucking who's throwing a pie at someone's face. But also, there's just nothing here. There's just nothing to notice here. Like, Joel's family are hypocrites. Fucking Max is a hypocrite. Fucking Cindy's a hypocrite. Fucking Jane can't apparently afford rent, which doesn't surprise me. I just, there's nothing to enjoy about this week. Sorry to be doom and gloomy, but who the fuck is writing this shit? Oh my god, no, no way. He's chucking Lauren out. And I'll start in 2 minutes on Wednesday's episode. I, I want to be positive, but I can't be positive because there's nothing to be positive about. I just don't know who this is supposed to cater to. I really don't. Like, who's really looking at Lauren, Mark, and fucking Peter going, oh my god, this is... Might be in the minority, but if I enjoyed this week so far, apart from the Ross, Vicky, and Joel departure, that is fair enough. That is fair enough, SD Cricket fan. Also, how are you going, SD Cricket fan? You've got a green username. How's it going? But I just don't like the week. I'm sorry to be negative. I don't tend to be negative. But most of the characters are winding me up. Anyways, it's 7:30. Let me just play the episode. But again, the Vicky, Ross, and Joel stuff is winding me up because Ross is acting like this happened years ago. What happened with Joel? But it's like it fucking happened last year, lad. People just don't forget. Like, people will, well, unless you're Cat Slater, forget about Alfie Moon 2018. But people don't tend to forget. People tend to remember. At least they've finally shown that Penny is pregnant. There's Sheely. Hello, Sheely. Is Sheila gonna get attacked? What the fuck's happening here, boys? Why are we getting the like horror film stuff? There's Big Jim. Look at Big Jim. Must be two now. Fucking Louis dressed like the Rizzler. Fucking skinny Rizzler over here. Are you taking him? Sorry, I need to rewind this. Where are you taking him? Summer camp. Okay. Thought you said Birmingham, and I was like, what the fuck? It's Birmingham. Okay. Okay, some interesting developments here. Big Lou. How you going, Lou? Big Louie. Louie on the bike. Is she named Louis after Lou Beale? I'm assuming not. Or Max, they gave him no fucking bedding. Stuck him on the couch. No blanket, no nothing. I know it's like 30 degrees. Well, at this time in August, but like, yeah, you could have like given something a bit more. Slept in jeans and a t-shirt. He's gonna be sweating there. She's not gonna steal him here, is she? I don't know if I should be saying stealing, considering he is a child, but who really cares? Who really cares? Oh, am I being picked up? Am I being picked up? Yes, I am. How is everyone at home? He just sell fruit and veg for a living. Maybe that is not enough in 2026. You of all people should shut the fuck up. How about that? I've nothing to say because I don't know what to say. Merry Christmas. There's Delboy. More being scammed by Fat Elvis. Ronnie, you can't talk to me. Sister to sister. I know your sister's dead, but moped and mopeds being mixed up does seem like GCSE, right? To be fair, I still think it's a good week. You're allowed to have that opinion. I just think everyone's a hypocrite in this week's set of episodes. I do. I fundamentally don't care for half the drama. As much as I love Lauren and Peter, I don't see Peter being in the wrong or right. But he's in the right. But the only way you get confused with moped and moped is if you're a fucking dyslexic like me. If you are dyslexic like me, maybe don't do stock taking. You did what to the Jews? Oh no. Piggy, what are you doing again? I said get the juice. Fuck. I'm back. I'm back. Let's go. Never asked Piggy to get concentrated juice. Who do you think was there, brother? Who do you think was there? It was me. I got the wrong message from Big H. Got the wrong message. Big H gave me the. I took the wrong voice. Obviously, not going to say his name because, yeah. Oh, I thought you were trying to hit him. Sheila, you let him win, Sheila. If I was there, I win. How about that? Have that, you son. Go on, son. Fucking sharpshooter, Jordan. Just not any feeling in his legs, he'd be fine. Be locking in there like Bret Hart. Like what Bret did to Austin at Mania 13. Be locking it in ring post. Sorry. Oh, excuse me. Is it exciting? Oh, he's 5. Of course it sounds exciting, Sheila. He's going to think you're taking him to Disneyland Paris or somewhere. Okay. Okay, Jane, good. Sorry, what did Cindy do tomorrow? Doesn't Jean get rent from Sack? £400 apparently. Yes, she apparently gets rent £400 a month, cash up front. Which, having Sucky be your landlord is going to be a fucking nightmare, because at least a sound landlord might look the other way. Wasn't a five? It might be 500, but having Sucky be your landlady is going to be a big problem, because she's going to fuck you out of that house the minute she finds out. How's she in the Reddens? Convenient. There you go, convenience. That's why she's in a bit for convenience. But it's also funny because, like, surely Stacey still has some cash from the fucking pub she bought last year and from the scratch card she got. So couldn't Stacey just pay, not pay? Oh no, my internet's died. Just now. Couldn't Stacey just fucking cash app or whatever you some quid? Like, wait, you literally wrote that plot point in last week. Last year. Like, don't forget, Jean will be broke here. That can't have been all in the fake can't have cost 1 million to buy. That can't have. So you're telling me out of the 1 million she got, she bought the Vic and bought tickets to Brazil and somehow got her visas? No, I don't believe that. I don't fucking believe that. There's no way the Vic in its current state, when it's losing money, when every landlord says it's losing money, will actually cost 1 million to buy. I don't believe it. I'm not going to believe it because every fucker in that Queen Vic says it's losing money since 2010. Alfie says it's losing money. Mick says it's losing money. Bloody Elaine and George said it's losing money. Alfie and Kat this year said it's losing money. No way that costs 1 million. That's got to go down in value. Well, like I said, she's gonna be skinned this week, but come 2 weeks' time, she's gonna have £1 million to fucking buy it at London Zoo. Well, they're selling bucket hats. You can buy a Watching Walford bucket hat there as well. But if someone says to me in 2025 that the Queen Vic is worth £1 million, I'd be like, fuck off. If everyone says they lose money from it, it can't be a successful business. It'd be like me going, yeah, the Watching Walford channel. Yeah, the views on it are excellent. Wow, great views. Yeah, I'd have about 6 million for it. It's like you only reckon like what 1K viewers per month. 6 million. Is Amy trying to hold on? Is Amy trying to sleep with a police officer? Ash, you never told me this police officer was going to be a pedo. George playing with these little dinosaurs. Dinosaur. Don't you start. Well, logistically speaking, Amy in the show is 17. Craig, if he did swindle, he technically would be under arrest. Anything happening. No, no. The Ice Cream Man horror movie apparently uses some AI. Fuck you, Ice Cream Man. No, I was excited to see that horror film. Don't know if I still am. What the Amy, what is your goal here, really? Okay. I've Craig, Craig, save us, Craig. Craig, where are you, Craig? Craig, Craig. I feel it coming. I feel it coming. Just the Florence saying she's gonna shag him. He's not leaving. He'll be back in the flash forward. So, oh, nice gap. Well, that was that was a week. What did everyone think of the week? So I need to get this hat off me eventually. Been on me all day. I watched 2 hours of classic EastEnders with this on me. I'll put on my microphone. There we go. Look at that. So my guess is Jean's going to blackmail Max and Priya for rent money. Presumably so. Presumably. I'm glad the affair has been rumbled. Which one? There's two affairs. I personally do not care about the Max and Priya one. The Peter one I don't really mind. You can keep that one. But I don't really know. I don't really care about the affairs. Both alright, yeah. I just see the affairs and I'm like, oh, fair enough. That's alright. Don't really have anything. Not really good. It's not really bad. It's just alright. I don't really like the stuff that's going on, but if people like it, that's all that matters to me. Because if I don't like it, it's alright. But if people like it, I'll gladly let them like it. I don't care for it either, but I'm glad that we're moving the storyline forward. I mean, that's a right approach of looking at it. I just find most, if not all of it, pointless. And yeah, I will be watching more classic EastEnders to get that stank out of my mouth because yeah. I, Give me a second. I wonder why Priya still sees Max. Does she genuinely like him? Well, I'm assuming from the angle I'm taking, which might upset SD Cricket fan you like Ravi, is she was unhappy that Ravi dumped her. So, it makes signals, in my opinion, because she's upset that Ravi dumped her and basically fucked off and left her to do everything by herself. That she's now just using Max for sex, which again is fine, but it's very dodgy in my eyes. That you're basically going. You're basically. I know Max can say no, but you're basically having Max the character go, ah, yeah, fuck it, why not? Because Max ultimately doesn't want it. He does want it a little bit, but he ultimately doesn't. So it's like, well, what are you doing, really? I just don't know. I just don't know. I was assuming Priya still sees, um, just sees that it's fun having sex with him, I guess. But Max ultimately does not give a solitary shit. Would be my takeaway. Because Max couldn't really care. Max would just, he's just happy. He's the opposite of Ravi. Well, in the same way of like Peter is to Lauren to Mark, it is that sort of. It's the same sort of way with Lauren, Peter, and Mark, in a sense, where it's the complete opposite of that, where Max in this instance is the boring one, and it's the more safer option, whereas Ravi's the more thrilling option. If I'm being honest here, even though I don't like Ravi, if I'm choosing between Max or Ravi, do I want to last 10 minutes or 5 seconds? I'm going with Ravi. Like, do I want my absolute back blown out? I do, so I'll go with Ravi. Whereas with Max, you're getting, 5 seconds, I'm in, I'm out, I'm done. I'm going to bed, clean yourself up, woman. And that's pretty much Max. Um, Whereas it's the same with Lauren and Peter and Mark, where Mark like is the opposite to Peter, and Mark is he's he's everything Lauren is looking for. But she likes Peter for the fact that Peter is simple. He's a simple-minded chap, and he's a simple-minded lad, and he does the complete opposite of Mark. But what makes it interesting for Lauren is the fact that she can get the thrill of having it with Mark. But it is weird that you're basically having the double standards actually work in this weird role, because you're having the standard of Priya coercing Max into it, and then you have Mark coercing Lauren into it, so you are getting the vice versa, which is very weird. I know the vice versa is a bit different with Mark and Lauren, but it's still ultimately at the end of the day the same, in my eyes at least, because it's pretty much the opposite effect of what I was saying with Pri and Max with Mark and Lauren. Yeah, it would be very questionable if it was vice versa, but in my eyes it is technically happening vice versa with Mark and Lauren. So it's just that kind of thing that's probably going to happen throughout the rest of the year. It's going to be like, see, they're not so different, are Lauren and Max? They really want it. Woohoo! Not with each other, but want it in the show. With Mark and Priya. But also the weird storyline that fucking like that Ravi is jealous that someone is sleeping with her. It's like, well, you broke up with her. You don't really have a leg to stand on. Uh, Peter needs to leave Lauren. All she does is moan at him and throw strokes, and he runs around like a mug doubting her. See, the problem is everyone thinks that like Peter and Lauren are not really built for each other, which they're not. But where I need to put it in here. So I view Peter and Lauren as the modern day Pauline and Arthur, but the problem is they're in their 30s. No, that sounds weird, but they're in their 30s. So they're pretty much what's the word I'm trying to say? So they're pretty much like going through their bald phases, if that makes sense. And yeah, I would I don't know what you would do with Peter, for the simple fact of let me get the branding on. Nope, that's not gonna work. Get the branding. Get the branding. Keep moving it away from the camera. There we go. Does that work? Oh, I've dropped frames. Let's go. But yeah, as I was saying, it's the problem is the way it's sort of how to write Peter, because Peter is Ian. Is the thing. Peter is Ian, and the the just problem is Peter is Ian, and that's really it. Because you don't want to turn him a full 360, that would be the complete opposite of what he is. But you also don't want to evolve him, because he is supposed to be the modern day Ian. Even though it's very weird to have the modern day Ian when Ian Beale is still alive and present on the square. So it is just funny. Like, I don't know what you do with Peter, if I'm being honest. Can't really do much with him. He's just there to be there. And I don't know. Uh, Well, I don't like when they do these storylines, because I just don't like you cheated on me, because it just winds me up. You do it every fucking year. Can we just have 1 year where there's not a cheating storyline, please? Can we just have 1 year? I guess last year we didn't have one, or did we? He might have had one last year. Yeah, he doesn't have a purpose if he isn't with Lauren because it's supposed to be this tragic tale. But and it's all I compare it. I know it's a weird comparison, but it's like how WWE for years were trying to find the modern day Rey Mysterio. So they went first with Sin Cara, which obviously flopped. But the original Sin Cara is now Mystico again, which has a fantastic theme. And then they went to Kalisto, and that flopped. And then they went back to Then they went to Ricochet, that flopped. Then they went, fuck it, we have the modern day Rey Mysterio. It's Rey Mysterio. So it's pretty much the same with Peter in a sense, where they go, well, we want the modern day Ian, but Ian is still here. So who's the modern day Ian? Ian is. It's like, well, if Ian is gone, Peter would have a little purpose of being Ian, in my eyes. I know that sounds like a weird comparison, but you can't really have the modern day Ian if the modern day Ian is Ian Beale. And that's Peter is Ian through and through, but he has no purpose other than to sell fruit and veg and to be called sexy by Oscar. And that's how I view it. And I know that might be a silly way of viewing it, but that's just how I see it. I see it as like just what I'm trying to say. I just don't think he has a purpose without Lauren or as an adult. Is there? Sorry. Because no one wants modern day. No one wants Peter to be like tall Peter, where he's just cheating, not cheating, but just sleeping with random women and fucking As I'm trying to say, like they don't want to turn him into like tall Peter, where he just has no purpose, but he's just like shagging Bobby's girlfriend and robbing money from Kathy. They don't really know what to do with him. But yeah. Anything else, lads? Anything else? If not, I will be out of here to eat a chicken roll. I bought a half a chicken from one stores, and Tall Peter was a tit. I don't know much about Tall Peter. I just know he's the taller Peter. That's all I know. I know Ben Hardy's Peter was like a sexy man. To be fair, Ben Hardy, he was a sexy man, and he did play a great role in Lucy's death. Wow, like a great part of it, like the acting he did. Tall Peter, all I know is he's tall and he fucked Kathy over with money. That's all I know about Tall Peter. I have no idea what else he done. I don't know what he did, and that's all I know. He's just tall. But obviously you have Thomas Law Peter, who's modern Peter, and the original Peter, who's just doing good. But I would never bring back Tall Peter. Like, obviously, if I'm bringing back any Peter, it's obviously Ben Hardy. Do you think they'll build on the Nugget and the weed stuff? It is hypocritical of Priya to get mad that Nugget is slinging weed. Like, it is hypocritical in my eyes when literally his dad was doing the same thing. Like, like father like son. Even though it's not really like father like son, is it? I hope they build on it. I would like a few scenes of Nugget actually selling it to Will, but obviously since it's a British program, it'd be like weed is bad, guys, and that's why she's upset at him. Uh, In my heart, she's upset with him because she didn't offer her any. But like, it's also I can't really take these shows that do weed storylines seriously because usually it's typically like weed is bad, guys. It's bad, and it should never be taken. It's like fucking people take weed. Grow up. Ketamine, you can make the argument for. Heroin, you can make the argument for. Fucking cocaine, you can make the argument for. But a bit of weed is not gonna hurt you. Bit of weed is not gonna hurt you. I know that's a take weed. Have you smoke weed? Sorry, fun police over here. You know, no, it's just funny, these programs just like, well, you have to get the message across that all drugs are bad. And it's like, well, yeah, I understand that, but at the same time, it's Ash, the resident expert over here. You get his ass, SD Cricket Fan. You get his ass. You smoke it, eat it, you fall back. Yeah, yeah. He's not smoked weed in a good 9 years. You're not supposed to admit this on camera, Ash. You would never do drugs. Even if I did say we should try crack once for the channel. Look, it would be a good video, wouldn't it? We try crack. You've taken weed for 9 years. True, I've never done weed. Exactly. So, Andy Burnham, if you're hearing that, you cannot arrest Mr. Ash. You cannot arrest Ashley. He has never done weed, and he will never take weed. And he does agree that 10 Downing Street should be moved to Manchester. I think that's what he wants to do, this old Andy. But like again, it's just these directions that always make me laugh, because I I don't know why my mind goes to the South Park episode, but like having someone come in and basically do the talk of like smoking is bad, it's just gonna make people want to smoke because they're gonna go, that's uncool, like you're fucking showing me, lad. Having these like 50-year-old, 20-year-old men being like, don't smoke, kids, don't smoke. Don't smoke. Like, obviously, you're going to watch that and go, well, they're a bit of a loser. Fucking, hell, give me that cigarette there now, lad. Maybe I'm wrong for that, but I get the same feeling from weed. From like when they push these like weed is bad narratives, you're just gonna make people go, I might try it. You know, I might try it. Never smoked though, never smoked. But I do find it funny when they used to do that, like do them advertisements of never smoke, because they were funny. They were funny. Just don't smoke, guys. Learn the safe cross code. Even though most kids in the UK, Ducky. No, I didn't say that. Right? Rock. Oh fuck is that, SD Cricket Fan? Googling that. Hold on. What? How the fuck did you find this? Cro- cro- Crocodile is the street name for this for desmorphine, a highly addictive semi-synaptic opioid tertiary of codeine. It's primarily known for its said homemade production using toxic ingredients like gasoline, paint thinner, iodine, and red phosphorus, which results in a mixture of significantly more dangerous than purified dysmorphine. The drug name earns its name from the severe skin damage it causes in causes in long-term use, leading to the gangrene, necrosis, and greenish, scaly appearance and represent crocodile. Oh fuck. SD Cricket Fan, I know what we're doing for a podcast. We try crocodile live on camera, me and you. Fucking shoot it up, brother. I don't know how you take it, to be fair. I don't know. I don't know if you inject it or you just drink it. Assuming, well, not drink it, but smoke it. That apparently it's like heroin. So it's also called the poor man's heroin, as it's cheaper than alternative to heroin. Alternative. Fair enough. Fair enough. I guess. a second. I am back. I am back. Let's go. Alright, I just have this funny screen grab with me. You guys can't see it. I don't know why I flashed. There you go. Look at that. Look at that screen grab I have. Double Piggy. Double fisting it. I think I know what Fent is. I think. Isn't that like what you do with cough syrup? From memory, that's what you do with cough syrup. I could be completely wrong, but I think that's what you do with. I think that's what fentanyl is, isn't it? I put fentanyl. I don't know what I was thinking of then. Of fucking you mix with cough syrup, but there we go. Look at that. Put myself there. Thinking of happier times. I should cover Ash's face. Hold on. There we go. Look at that. I've covered Ash. I think I'll go now in a minute. If anyone has anything they want to add, just pipe away now. I've got an email. Hold on. Actually, let me just boot up the email so I don't accidentally show anything I shouldn't show. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. That's a fucking. There we go. Look at this. Hello, hi Piggy Wiggy 8. It looks like Piggy and Ash Kung Fu fighting might not be appropriate for younger audiences under our community guidelines. What we found, your content was age restricted because of community guidelines. Content that discusses or depicts suicide or self-harm in a graphic manner or promotes eating disorders may be removed or age restricted if it's not appropriate for all audiences. This video won't be visible to viewers under the age of 18 who are not signed in. What to do next? Review the content and the policy. After your review, you can ask us to take another look to see to look if you think we've gone wrong. Yes, this is on my channel. This is on my channel. Piggy Wiggy A. So they have found my video not suitable for audiences. Which, if I can switch my account. Okay, we're going out with a bang. Can you guys hear that? No, that's the wrong one. Hold on, I fucked it up. Hold on. Give me a second. Apparently it has no audio. What the fuck? I don't remember it not having audio. What the fuck is going on here? It has no audio. Literally had audio like 5 seconds ago. Here we go. I finally have it working.
Everybody was kung fu fighting.
And this stream is not like I don't give a shit. Look at this.
In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with expert time.
How is this video getting demonetized? How is this age restricted? Chinatown.
They were chopping them up. They were chopping them down. It's an ancient Chinese art, and everybody knew their part. From a fainting to a slip, and a kicking from the hip. Everybody was kung fu fighting. Those kids were fast as lightning. 2, 3. In fact, it was a little bit frightening. But they fought with expert timing. There was Funky Billy Chin and little Sammy Chung. He said, "Here comes the big boss."
How is this game age restricted? tell me how, lads. This is what I say.
Fast as lightning. In fact, it was a little bit frightening.
You can edit this out and post, it'll be fine. Wait for it. Wait for Peggy. Wait to find out who Peggy is. There's Ash. This is a deep fake, by the way, if you don't know, of me and Ash. It was an entire deep fake. Oh, well, why is everyone saying, oh shit? What did I do? Did I get us thrown off the air? Forgot about it completely. That's fair enough. That it's a deep fake version of us. Yeah, I don't know if you knew that. I'm fucking saying it, but yeah, that was it's the deep fake version. That's what I'm showing. And apparently that got apparently because it discusses self harm or something, and I'm like, it doesn't. That's why I showed it. Hi Piggy, how are you? Hello Daniel 5L LUFC. Do I remember you? I'm fine. My my video got claimed on my personal channel. The deepfake of me and Asher's Phil and Grant, which I do recommend people checking out. Would people care to see? Fuck it out, hold on. Would people care to see a sample of Christmas 1985? So I can show you that as well, because I've done that. But I am good, Daniel. I'm good. But safe to say, it seems like that our part 2 is not going to be happening to the deepfake videos. Safe to say. Fucking appealing it. I fucking appealed it. Let's go. Also for the people who've not seen the post, but I will show. Here's how I went out to the postman today to collect my parcel. I can drag it in. Give me a second. I've said that about 700 times, but there we go. Look at that. That's how I went out to the postman today. Collect my bucket hat. You do not want this lad showing up in these bright pink shorts. Yeah, ooh, ooh, ooh. Yeah, because if people couldn't tell, I do have thigh tattoos, as you can see clearly by I just try and get the crotch out of frame. As you can see, I have. Charlie, yeah. Then I've Bray Wyatt underneath. Color scheme on fleck. Thank you. Thank you. You know, I went down to the postman. Oh, quickly just, there we go. Quickly fix that. I went out to the postman like this. To the FedEx man. I went, sorry lad for the look. And he went, it's alright. I went, alright. No, he was upset. And Luke, poor Luke, he was trying to eat his pasta and I fucking showed up with the bucket out like this. He was just trying to eat his pasta. I'm sorry, Luke. And he went, it's alright. Yeah, no, yeah, I do have a pair of pink shorts on me, but they're longer pairs. But would anyone here be interested in a pair of Watching Walford pink shorts? So I've been trying to pitch that we do Piggy's pink shorts. And I would wear a good pair of Watching Walford pink shorts. So I would. I also have something planned for Halloween. I have a Halloween idea that I'm going to commission in the coming weeks. Or a shirt I'm trying to get for Halloween for Ash, which you guys can look out for that. Ash here is completely blinded by this. He has no idea I'm doing this, but I'm doing it. I'm getting it commissioned in the next few weeks, and yeah, Ash will probably get the hint because I already asked him what his favorite pose was, and yeah, and if people like that, I will do one as me as Santa. Well, me as Santa, but obviously cartoon. Yeah, look at that, look at that. Do you want a bucket hat? First kept secret. Well, I'm not good at keeping secret. You want a bucket hat, lads? You want a bucket hat? Hold on, let me just get a bucket hat at watchingwalfordmerch.com. You got buy your merch at Watching Walford, shopfortwall.com, and there will be hopefully a Halloween shirt out in the coming week, in September or whenever I get the drawing. So any you are intrigued? Well, the only part I'm stuck on is I don't know if I want to put the fucking name on it and what pose to get you in. But the guy from Indonesia said he'll wait for me to get the money. I'll probably do that when my paycheck comes in. Yes, he's from Indonesia. By the way, I'm just fixing this image again for the podcast tomorrow. I'm I'm gonna try and do that when the paycheck comes in and get that design done. I don't know how I don't know what I want to do with it. So I might see will he do an alt design, but yeah. Yeah. If anyone like has any ideas you want for merch or you want a drawing of, let me know and I will try and commission something to be drawn and like put it for merch. So yeah, that's my current goal. I was going to keep it a surprise, but I said I'd just say it here, forgetting that Ash was in the chat. So maybe I knew he was in the chat. Yeah, that's what I'm going to be doing in the next coming weeks. Does anyone have anything else they want to say before I leave? He's putting the hat on wrong. There we go. Well, it's mainly to get you. It's mainly to basically get it commissioned, and then to basically. My goal is to get it commissioned, and even if no one buys the shirt, I at least want you to buy this shirt. But I can't put it on Fort Wall because I have to go to you. I'll have to give you the design to like put on the shirt. But yeah, I've sent him some references of your face. This guy in Indonesia is going to be very happy. He's going to be very like confused. Yeah, I went on Fiverr and I have this idea that I'm going to get done. I want to have a limited edition shirt for Halloween. People can only get near Halloween if people are interested in it. I might actually looks to buy the fuck out of it. Well, I might actually hit you up and see what you would add to it before I actually give them the money, if you want. It's just an idea I've had because I've been trying to do it, but the problem is I don't know fucking anything about horror movies. I've he was like, "What pose do you want?" I went, "I don't know. You're the drawer. You let me know." I was just like, "I'll do it." Yeah, no, that's my current idea. Is to do that. Which for some reason I found on Fiverr you can get people to commission AI art. Like, but I don't see the point in like commissioning someone to get you AI art. Just go onto fucking Grok and get Grok to do it. You don't need just a Jerry from Seinfeld to fucking pay him 20 quid. But like, can you do this, please? But yeah, no, that's all my plans. I definitely want to do T-shirts that are like limited to Halloween and Christmas, if people want them or not. You can either buy them year round or at certain times. And yeah, I feel like that's my goal. Yeah, Ash is obviously going to be Halloween and I'll be Christmas, and Luke will just be fucking Easter. I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to go now. And Ash, if you want to know more details, just hit me up and you can help me figure this shit out. But yeah, I'll talk to you later. Bye bye. Bye bye.